Welcome, beautiful people. I hope you guys are doing well. Yes, I have been MIA a little bit on my channel, but I'm not gone just yet, okay? I really just needed some time to realign myself, to focus on, like, okay, what are some new things I want to integrate into my channel for this new year? And I have some things up my sleeve, okay? I got a long sleeve over here. So no, I'm definitely excited for this new year ahead. I feel some new energy coming in. Maybe it's the Sag energy. I don't know. It's just some new energy is coming to me. So I'm excited. Yeah, it's December. So happy holiday season to every single one of you guys. Also, because it's the end of the year, and the main reason why I'm recording this main message for all the monthlies is because I'm offering my personal yearly readings again. I have been doing this last couple of years and I always just love doing those, really diving into the new year ahead for you personally, checking in like what's your personal number year, what's the astrology looks like, what can you look ahead, look forward to, or what to be conscious about. Also just the personal channel messages that I will give you guys, and the cards of course, and just overall I really love to make like this whole package of all kinds of information that you can use for this next year ahead. So once again, thank you for sending me the messages as well from the people that I've received messages about from my last personal readings from last year. I really love reading those and appreciate them a lot. Quickly, I will be offering them with a discount up until the 10th of December. So if you will order one before the 10th of December, you will get it with a discount. Just a little like a little heads up, quickly a heads up. My list do intend to fill up pretty quickly. So a lot of times, it's just full and I can't take on any more because I want to make sure that you guys have them, at either the end of this year, like right at the beginning of the next. So if I can, I do more, I will, but a lot of times I have a limited amount of space because I'm just one person, okay? And I do take a lot of times to prepare and prep for those readings because I find them, it's very important to me that I put out a reading that I can stand behind. So that's why I have a limited amount of space. But if it's something that you feel guided to get and just overall want to, receive for this next year, then feel free, and more than welcome. The information will be in the description box, just everything, how to get it, what the prices are, and all of that. Okay, you can also have like personal questions you can add to them as well. So if you have like a burning question for next year, or some area you want to focus on, just your career, or for example just relationships and things like that, you can add that to it as well. So it's your personal reading, it's like all up to you, okay? Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's get into these December readings. I'm super glad to be back, and thank you so much for being here and your support and love throughout this year. Appreciate you guys. All right, let's go. All right, Cancers, let's tune into your December reading. Man, I miss you guys. Okay, let's talk about this thing. Let's talk about it because there's just been this, energy that is particularly intense for Cancerians because we have this Mars retrograde in our 12th house. And a lot of times we just have a very strong intuition. Obviously we're water signs, we are ruled by the moon, so we have this strong intuitive sense of just feeling and going with those feelings. It just comes natural. Sometimes we're overthinkers, that comes with the package deal, but a lot of times we don't notice that we are going up off our intuitive feeling, like how something feels when someone says something, speaks their mind, or whatever. Like how we feel about it is what we take up on naturally. Now I'm sensing that some of you may have had a harder time with taking in information, whether that is through work or your relationship or other type of close connections in your life. Like they're saying that you're seeing some change. You just don't know if it's truly meant, if it's truly the truth, or there's confusion. like it's normally you pick up on it, and the intentions people have with what they say or what they do. There's this natural radar, and I'm sensing our radar is a little bit like either overstimulated or kind of sort of not really working in the way that it normally does, and gives us this feeling of like, yeah, our intentions are feeling good, and whatever words that come out of their mouth, it's like you just sense that they have this intention behind it. And because our radar isn't really completely like determined about things, I'm sensing that we're kind of sort of doubting, even though it might look good on the outside. We're not completely sure, is it the right thing, is it not? So that overthinking energy might be more active like these last couple of months, I feel. But also like right up until I feel like the 20th, like during this month, we will get more clarity and more determination again. But I'm sensing this foggy energy around us, our natural instincts, if it's the right word to express that in that way, because that's just something that I was picking up on, and I just wanted to lay it out, but I didn't know exactly how to package it into words just yet. It's just a feeling I was feeling. So all right, let's just see what the cards have to say. Maybe they know, yeah. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands coming true. So there's just a lot to do. There's a lot to go over, a lot you might want to change, a lot like a lot of feelings you may have like sort of hoarded, and like, you know what, I'll deal with it later. I'll just get through this week, get through this weekend, get through this day. It's like, get through this phase. I will figure it out. Now I'm sensing that maybe you are so occupied with a couple of things, maybe internally, that on the external world, a lot of things are actually offered. Like doors are opening, opportunities are showing themselves, but maybe your focus is just somewhere else where you can't really see people coming up and say like, listen, I'm offering you a cup, like, hey, hello. And it's like almost like you don't really have any space anymore, not even for the fun things or for the good emotions and things like that. I feel like there's just a stagnation. With the 10 of Wands, it does signify that that's an ending of that cycle, and then followed up by the Knight of Cups. Definitely I'm sensing that there is this forward movement. It's not major because we have a lot of blue and we have some yellow and some gold and all of that in the cards just yet right now, and that does signify like it's good. It's just a phase and you're working through it, and in the end of the day it only you will gain more from the situation than you might felt that it's taken from you or withdrawn from you. Okay, let's see what else for my Cancers. Oh yes. Okay, we have the Chariot right here, so that's really, really good because that's us, and we're showing up in our own reading with not so many cards just yet. It's a good energy. Like I said, like we're moving towards this, feeling a lot more certain. It did, however, showed up with the 9 of Swords, of course, with the Page of Swords, 10 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords. So what I'm seeing with this is that there's just a lot that you're working through on the internal world and your internal and a lot of us have been just taking the space and the time to get to that center again, and getting through to your own center, and really taking a close look at like, okay, what have I been like taking into my shell, and what have I been kind of sort of pushing to the back. Like I want to clean it out, I want a fresh start, but here comes this energy of like, am I doing the right thing? Should I change this? Is this real? Is this not real? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? It's like you're sort of doubting. Once again, normally what makes you feel more certain and more secure about making decisions, I feel like that thing is like a little bit off. Like that radar, once again, like it's a little bit, it doesn't really function the way it normally does. And that's just because of the energies we're dealing with astrologically. I hate that word. I love what it means, but I hate the word. I don't know. It's such a tongue twister. Anyway, when it comes to astrology, that is sort of what's influencing that certainty. It's almost like, yeah, I see it, I feel it, but I'm not certain. And normally I'm quite certain in that way, but it just doesn't feel that way. Once again, the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, it's coming to an end. And what it brings is space. Space to just be, space to observe, space to look at the options and making some decision and calling it in some new energy, Cancer. It's really, really positive. It's not easy, but we don't really do easy. Like getting born as a Cancer, we'd like, no, easy. sounds really unfamiliar. What is that easy? We like things to get a little bit more deeper, even though sometimes we love living on the surface and having a good time, especially during Cancer season. But overall, when it comes to connecting with people, we love having deeper, meaningful conversations and love connecting in that vulnerability and sharing similar life experiences, of sharing wisdom, and just overall just connecting in that deeper way, getting to know someone in a deeper way. But that's with life as well. It's like you want deeper, meaningful life experience that equal also more meaningful resolutions, more meaningful growth. And that is definitely something that I'm sensing. It just feels all a little bit up in the air. That's okay, because it's coming to a close. That push and pull, that go and stop and like all of that in and out, that is that Mars energy. All right, it will clear out. So you just take this moment in time to, when you have those moments of clarity, like observe, do some research, investigate, try things out. Don't commit 100%. I feel like when it comes to really putting things in motion, like motion, I feel like it's like, let's say the end of January, like let's say the 20th, 21st of January, that's really when you start feeling like it's green lights, like it just moves different, because we still have Mercury retrograde coming up. We have Mars retrograde that is still active. Jupiter, however, will move into our 10th house. So once again, when it comes to your reputation and your career and what you're known for and all of that, definitely will be activated with, obviously Jupiter moving into Aries. So that's really good. It's really good for us. Whether you're sun, moon, or rising, there is this 10th house energy activation. So I am sensing that next year will definitely be a great year for you guys. A lot of us Cancers will have a number 22 year next year, but I won't go too deeply into that. So that is a master number year. So once again, if you want to know about your number year and all of that, you're more than welcome for a personal reading for 2023. But we're going to focus on the general energy right now. Six of Swords, Temperance. Really good energy, Cancer, because here it is. Here it is. You see the sun comes up again and it enlightens the moon, and that's that activation again. You feel that you're connected to your own water. You move from that rough water into calmer water. Not everything has to be instantly cleared out and be super clear cut. That's okay, as long as we have our radar again, as long as we our natural instincts are at least there to serve us and help us through things, then it's okay. We can make it. We got this. We're strong. We're resilient. We don't need everything to be figured out all the time. We're fine. We don't mind putting in the work, as long as we feel like we're capable of doing it with the things that naturally belong to us, that we can use in those type of situations. So that's something that I'm sensing is beautiful. I'm really happy to see that for us. I mean us, because Cancer, Sun, and Rising as well. So I'm right there with you guys. Temperance. How about the throat chakra? Am I the only one who's been affected so much, like the last 6 months, with my throat chakra? I don't know what it is. It's just my voice. Anyone else that's been noticing that this last half year, let me know. King of Cups, beautiful. Emotional maturity, but with that Mars and Jupiter energy, it's like, yes, but in a good way. It's like, yes, I'm loving, but I'm not gonna self-sacrifice. Okay, like I know now how this thing works. Yes, I will be nurturing, but it's good. It's a good place to be in because it's a constructive place. Like you can make things build there, happen. It's not like you constantly give away everything you need in order to have a solid foundation. So the only thing that's there is like kind of sort of the have work through foundation. And if there's no solid foundation, Cancer, nothing can be built. Like it just won't, it's because then you will have a building that will only last for like a year and a half and it starts to like crack up and everything. We need a good foundation. So that's what you're working towards with the moon here as well. Really good. The Queen of Swords. Yeah. It's just the energy that's messing with that internal feeling. It's like some of you might actually be surprised. Yeah, King of Swords as well. It's just... I get it. Okay, you have the Magician, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Beautiful. Really, really good. Because you're getting, like, once again, you're getting the tools to make this thing work. You're getting the tools to, like, get to the Chariot and actually up and away you go, Cancer. But there's some things to work through. It's stored. Once again, it's not something that, oh, it's just, it's first week of November, this took place, and that's what making me feel all these kind of ways. No, it's the entire year. Okay, it's like 2022, many moments where it's like, okay, yes, I have to deal with this, but not now. Yes, okay, this is good. Life was just throwing curveballs at you. Not because you have like bad karma or whatever. No, it's just like, it's part of the lesson. It's part of the transition that you're going through, and that will help you this new year ahead. But it's a lot, and it doesn't just go overnight, and it has long-term effects. Like when you store something, for example, and you take one more thing with it, and one more thing, and one this, and one more thing, and at one point you find yourself in the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords energy. It's like, I just don't care. Like, yes, you're here, you're not here. Like, I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. Like, when you start to disconnect from that natural giving nature of yours, because it's just too much in the way of you feeling like it's genuine, like you just have it to give, you sometimes will end up still giving it, but it just doesn't feel right. It comes from this sword energy. And that's always a cue for you to know, like, okay, I need to take a couple steps back. I need to really just ground myself, because when I get lost in this sword energy, what happens in the end of the day, I am the one putting all these swords in my back, because then there's just too much to deal with if there's nothing to balance it out. If your mind is, a lot of times I, will compare it to Aquarian minds. Like they're so quick, so witted, and it's like, it's just, that's a Cancerian mind as well, but there's something else to balance it out. When nothing is there to balance out your mind, it goes 100 times over and it starts racing. And what happens is that you feel disconnected. And sometimes it's very freeing, but at the same time, it feels like a trap. So it's not, nothing is sticking, nothing is offering anything on an emotional level, and then everything just starts to become feeling a little bit empty, and you can function there for quite some time, but at the long term, it's you becoming harder on yourself, and there's equally no compassion towards your own journey, your own self, and that's kind of where you feel drained really quickly. So I am sensing that things are balancing out the scales again, and what comes forward from that is really good. But it has a lot to do with you versus you. What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? What makes you happy? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel loved? How do you nurture yourself? And all of that is your foundation. And that's what I'm feeling like. It's literally the I am energy, and that's totally fine. Because a lot of times in life, we need to recenter ourselves. And that's one of these phases right now. And it's really good, because what I'm seeing coming from that is like a good foundation to build things upon. Okay, what else for my Cancerians? You have again, the Ten of Swords. It's twice. It's always like in this deck, you have two. You have the Ten of Swords, and then you have the everything is fine. So the Two of Wands is here, coming through with the Four of Wands. Beautiful. First, you invite all of that energy into the I am, to the, your own personal well-being and your journey and your future focus, and then you can invite it into your family life, your home life, your relationships, your partnerships, whatever shape or form that is, and it's just harmony, and that's where we thrive. There's just this limited amount that we can self-sacrifice in order to keep in harmony in existence, and sometimes it just falls apart and we go through this disharmonious energy. The sword energy comes up, we go through this rebirth, we go through this recentering, and that's where real harmony gets restored, and then you can actually be present and feel good in that harmonious energy, because you're a mental level up together. All right, I'm gonna get a spirit message as well. I find it's very complicated reading. Once again, Ken's like, we're going into the deep end. But we have 12th house energy, okay? That's deep. That's the subconscious. Then we have our 7th house activated with a new moon in Capricorn, and Capricorn season coming up, obviously. We have our own moon coming up as well, our own full moon. And then we have the 10th house. Like, what do they expect of us? Like, there's a lot. You have care and compassion. Beautiful. Care and compassion. Choose to be loved. Do what is right for everyone involved and offer a helping hand. Beautiful. Do what is right for everyone involved and offering a helping hand. Normally I'm like, okay, open up to other people around you. But when it comes to this card right now in this reading, I'm sensing first and foremost, do what is right for for you. You are also involved in the situation, so make sure that you are not left out. Do what's right for everyone involved down the line. Sometimes we have to do things that other people don't like us to do, in like a healthy way. Like, for example, take a break, take some space, letting them cook for themselves, all of those things, letting them take care of themselves for once. Let them then call someone else. It's not always what they want us to do, for example, right? But sometimes it's the right thing, because then at least they have different type of resources. They can actually learn how to stand on their own 2 feet. They can learn how to do this or take care of other people, make them feel good. It's like, it's the best for everyone involved, but not always what everybody is preferring in the situation. So use that ability to make that good judgment call this month. Choose to be loved. And that starts with loving yourself and not bullying yourself through these type of phases. Okay, offering a helping hand and offering love and coming from that place. Very important. I'm also smelling, like when you blow out a candle, I'm smelling that right now, but no, not one candle just went out, because they will go on for, I think, 2 more hours. They're still on. So it's like blowing out a phase, releasing and opening up for the new energy. It's like blowing out your birthday candles, right? It's the end of, the candles burning on your cake, but it's the beginning and the setting in motion of the wish that you make. So it's freeing something. That's what I'm feeling. You're freeing yourself up. You're freeing up space. You're doing a deep cleansing and making space for different things in your shell that will actually serve you and are, it comes through a phase of being uncomfortable with realizations and things like that. But at the same time, it will bring you new energy. So I'm going to stop now, because I want to, I'm already way over the time that I was supposed to do your reading. But I want to keep them equal. But if you want a personal reading, once again, for this new year, feel free to, get yourself on my list, and the information is in the description box. If not, then I will be back also with a general Cancerian 2023 reading. I'm working on recording those, And yeah, I'll just be here. All right. I love you, Cancer, so much. Thank you for tuning in. And everything gonna be all right. Okay.